like to welcome all of you who are listening to this event. And today, because we have noticed that the most popular part of our meetings are Q&A sessions, and you have so many questions after every presentation, today, without longer introductions, we are going just simply to answer all your questions. I hope that before you sign into this meeting, you had already an opportunity to see videos from our previous Open Day event, and you found the answers to some of your questions, and as well that you have already got to know a little bit more about Lazarski from our website. But if you didn't find the answer to your question, today is a time for you to find those answers here with us. So today I have amazing Lazarski team, panelists who are going to answer all your questions. I would like you first to get to know with them. So from my right side, starting, so from your left side, we have Professor Martin Dahl, who is Dean of our Faculty of Economy and Management.
Hello to everyone.
Then we have Professor Dominika Harasimiuk, who is Deputy Dean in the Faculty of Law and Administration.
Hello, everybody.
Then we have here with us M.A. Karol Jene, who is our tutor, our professor, and he's as well involved with the Faculty of Economy and Management.
A very good morning to you all.
And then on my left and on your right, starting, we have Director of the Foreign Language Center. This is Ms. Agnieszka Sycińska.
Good morning, everyone.
Then we have with us Mr. Jakub Jagiełło, who is our not only teacher in the Department of Law and Aviation, but as well a pilot himself, and as well he is your coordinator at the program. So if you have more questions about aviation, this is our person.
Hello, everybody.
And at the last seat, we have today with us Vlad Topichkanov, who is our senior employee at admission department. And he's the person definitely you are going to meet as a first in our university.
Hello everyone, and thank you very much for joining us here today.
And my name is Justin, and together we are going to answer all your questions. How this Q&A session is going to look like? Simply, now is a time for you to ask a question. Doesn't matter you are watching us on Facebook event or you are watching us on YouTube streaming. You can ask any question you have about Lazarski University. I have here with me electronic device, a tablet, on which I'm going to get your questions and simply read it out loud to one of our team members, staff members that will be happy to answer your questions. I hope we will have many questions from you, and at the end of these events you will find all the answers to anything that was bothering you before or maybe after applying to our university. So I'm waiting for my colleagues to send me the questions. I have already a first question. Allow me to read it. How many students do you have in each class? I think any one of us would be able to answer this question. Maybe Professor Martin Dahl can say how many students he has in his class.
Well, thank you very much. It depends, because we have lectures and workshops. Lectures are usually much bigger than workshops. In a regular lecture class, we have around between 50 and 100 students, but workshops classes are much smaller, and they are usually have between 20 and 30 students.
Okay, and can I ask maybe about the language courses? Because we have as well a language courses offered in our university. More or less, how many students is at every class?
Our students are divided into groups of 15.
Of 15. So it's a really, really small group. That's amazing. It means that they can have quite an individual approach with the tutor, right?
Yes, with the tutor and other peers from the group.
Amazing. Okay. So can I ask about the Faculty of Law and Administration? How many students in each class, more or less, we have?
It also depends on the program and depends on the group. Approximately, we have around 15 to 30 in this workshop, and 50 to 100 in lectures.
Okay, amazing. But I think another thing is worth mentioning in this place, our nationality mix out of the classes. Because really, guys, once you come and once you enter our campus and once you start classes in our university, you will discover that nationality mix in our classes is really, really high. So could I ask maybe our professor Karol Jene, what about the nationality mix at the class?
Well, we have more than 15 nations, students coming from over 50 countries. So the variety is really huge. And in my classes, we have students coming from Europe, from Africa, from Asia, from Latin America. So it is a really huge diversity.
That's amazing. I would tell you this is so important once you come to Poland. And just to give you a hint and a little bit secret, this year we accepted already applicants from 55 different countries, so even more than the last year. I can see that more questions are coming, so I'm reading another one. How can I apply? And I think that the best person to answer these questions is our Vlad from admission office.
Thank you. Actually, the admission process is perfectly simple. The first step is to register on our website. Then you will be expected to log in into your personal account and complete all the personal data which is required and upload your photograph. The next step, you will be expected to send us scanned copies of your documents for preliminary verification, so we could verify your eligibility and confirm that you are able to apply. Later on, you will have to submit your original documents to get final admission letter, on the basis of which you will be able to apply for visa. Among the required documents, you will need to present your high school diploma. It should either legalized or apostille, depending on the country. It should have sworn translation. You will have to print out the application form from the website after completing your registration, and you will have to prove Polish, depending on the language of instruction, is at least at B2 level. You can do this by presenting an international language certificate or take our Skype interview. Also, students are expected to pay at least first semester tuition fee and registration fee upon admission. And upon arrival, you will have to present an insurance. That will be a National Health Fund insurance you will have to purchase upon arrival.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Vlad, for answering. I can see another question that is, and I will answer to this question. We offer tuition either in English or in Polish. So if you are a Polish speaker, please feel free and feel welcome to apply to Lazarski University. Or if you want to come and learn Polish in our language center, then please feel free. This is possible as well. But most of our foreign students, they apply to our English speaking courses. If you want to have more details, please feel free to check on our website the list of all of our courses. Then I have another question coming. Okay. How can I apply? I'm interested in studying in Polish course. So as Vlad answered a minute ago, the admission procedure will be exactly the same. Doesn't matter if you apply to English-speaking program or Polish-speaking program if you are a foreigner. But if you are a foreigner as well, you have to prove us that you speak Polish well. So you can apply for our Polish language courses. Maybe we can hear a little bit more about Polish language courses offered in Lazarski University for foreigners.
Everything depends on the student. Yeah? So
Right.
I'd like to make it clear that Polish speakers have to prove B1 level to be able to start studies in the Polish language. And we provide 150 hours during the first semester to help them to reach the required B2 level, yeah? And 60 hours in the second semester. So you can begin your studies in the Polish language program with B1 plus level as well. For the international students, we provide Polish language courses, and we have a Polish Language and Culture Center which teach you speak Polish really fast. And that is very useful because you're going to study in Poland, yeah, in the country. and you're gonna go shopping, and you're gonna travel here. So definitely you do need to speak some Polish. It will be also very important when you take internships, when you take job placements in Polish companies, because they require at least some basic elementary knowledge of the Polish language. So we invite you to the Polish language courses from the first semester of your studies. Unfortunately, the courses are extra paid, 15 zlotys per hour, to be specific. Thank you.
So you see, doesn't matter you're a foreigner, you will have an opportunity. So I'm just reading another one. What is the admission deadline for October intake 2020? Vlad, would you like to tell something about this?
Yes, sure. The admission deadline is, the deadline to submit your admission application is the end of August. However, in terms of submitting the documents, you may do that until the end of September. Please be aware of the fact that we start with the academic year starts on the 1st of October, and you will have to apply and get admission letter to be able to apply for your visa early enough to be able to arrive before the academic year starts.
Thank you, Vlad. And I have to ask a little bit farther this question, and I think Professor Dahl will be the best person to answer. What if a student will not be able to arrive here until the 1st of October, right? Because in many countries there are delays in receiving school certificates, school diplomas, because of the COVID-19 situation. So how Lazarski University is prepared for students being late and receiving visas late to arrive in Poland?
So it's not a problem for us because we are very flexible. We were very flexible in the past, and we will be well prepared also this year. And every student who will join us a little bit later in October or even in November will get this possibility to follow the classes via online transmission and join the classes, regular classes, when he will get finally his visa or her visa and come to our university. So I think we are very good prepared, and COVID situation also show us this is very possible and very good, and we have nowadays very good experience with online classes, yes, and the distance learning, so we are ready.
Right. So again, I want to emphasize, don't feel scared and don't be worried. If you will not be able to arrive here by the 1st of October when the academic year starts, you are not going to lose anything from your classes. All tuition will be provided to you simply online. I have another questions coming, so I'm reading farther. How can I pass the English exam online? That's a very good question. And can I ask Ms. Agnieszka Sycińska to answer this?
In fact, there are two types of exams. I don't know whether you're asking us about the interview.
Yeah,
via
online
Skype,
interview.
the online interview via Skype. The interview is a conversation which lasts about 20-25 minutes, and it is just aimed at proving that the level of English is B2. It is a friendly conversation on a variety of topics. Your opinions will be checked. So simply, you have to be able to run an intelligent conversation in the English language at the level of B2 or higher.
Okay, so very often I'm getting questions from the students, and Vlad is getting this question in admission office. What kind of topics we are going to discuss? Am I going to be asked about maths or maybe economy or political things? And what if I do not know the answer to this matter?
In fact, you are going to be asked on a variety of topics related to your country, to your culture, also to your interests, of course, about the program you're interested in as well. But, as I said, there are a variety of questions. They are not very specific. There are no questions like checking mathematics or physics or chemistry knowledge. No. But definitely, it is a plus to be able to discuss about the current issues in your country, about your culture, and many topics, current topics.
Right. Thank you very much. So remember, guys, it's not a maths or economy exam via Skype. It's simply a friendly conversation, and it was mentioned, that is checking your English level. So if you do not know simply the answer, then please feel free to ask the tutor to change the question to another one. And I'm reading another question that is coming. will the winter semester be online, or will we take our classes regularly as usual in our classes? So I think we already answered this question. We covered this question before, right? So we will run the academic year, of course, from the 1st of October on campus, but as well, those of you who will not be able to arrive, you will join our online tuition, okay? And then I'm going to another question. This one is a little bit longer, so please bear with me. Hi. Due to COVID-19, Consular Section Delhi is not providing document legalize service until further notice. I have already attestation from the Education Board. Now I am in the process of attestation from the Ministry of Foreign Education and Affairs. Will Lazarski University accept any exemption of legalization of the documents? Vlad, this is admission question.
Thank you for this question. As we mentioned before, we are going to be more flexible this year due to the situation in terms of deadlines. However, we are not able to waive all these requirements. This is one of the requirements in accordance with Polish law, and like best universities are not able to violate the law to be best. So you will have to meet all these requirements. But as I mentioned before, we'll be able to be flexible in this regard in terms of deadlines. So we'll be able to extend the deadline to submit this legalization later on.
Right, perfect answer. Thank you very much. So guys, I would like to emphasize here word flexible, okay? So don't worry. Don't get stressed from this. Please contact our admission office after this session for more details, and simply Vlad will be the person answering to your email, and we can discuss about the deadlines, right? And we have another question. I think is a very good question coming. Is it hard to arrange accommodation during pandemic situation? So unfortunately today with us there is no our colleague Anna, who is responsible for accommodation, but I can reassure you that the situation before and after coronavirus did not change when it comes to the terms of accommodation. We are prepared for international students to come, and we are providing for you either accommodation in the dormitories, students' dormitories, and as well, just in case if you will be coming late and there will be no more spaces available in dormitory, we offer for you an accommodation in rented apartments. Martin, have I seen that you are raising your hand?
Yes, maybe I can add something
Please.
to this question, because I think it's even easier to get accommodation nowadays through the COVID situation, because there are a lot of empty flats right now in the Warsaw, in the city, and also in the students' dorms. So I do not expect any problems in this case. Yes, so that's it.
Perfect. So guys, feel secure that definitely you will not be homeless. We will make sure that before arriving, you will have your accommodation booked. We have a separate department for this. All right, another question coming. Can I work and study in the same time? I'm sorry that I'm talking so much, but I have to address this question again myself, because we do not have a person from career office. So yes, you can. According the Polish student visa, you are allowed to work during your studies. But we have to make it very, very clear here. Remember that Lazarski University is top 3 university private institution in Poland. So the education that you are going to receive here is on a very high level. What does it mean for you? For you, it means that you will have to attend all your classes. Minimum demanded attendance at the classes is 80%. And as well, you will have many exams, project work to prepare it, right? So remember that studies are your first priority, and then the work opportunities. But as well, I have to make it clear, remember that we are making sure as well that your career will develop during your studies. I would like maybe Professor Martin Dahl to say a little bit more about this. I heard that from the second year students, they need to take part in the internship.
It depends which program. They need to take part in an internship during the third year when we are talking about BA studies, and master studies. It's the second year, and they are even obligated to do this. Yes. So.
Okay. And I would like to tell you that Lazarski University is making actually an effort ourselves to help you with that. We as university are signing an agreement that big corporations that simply are willing to employ international students to work with them and develop their career. So I have another questions coming. Are you helping to get visa because Polish embassy rejected visa without reason?
Thank you for this question. Lazarski University provides you with all the necessary documents for visa application from the side of university, which is payment confirmation, acceptance letter, and also the so kind of reference letter in which we state and in which we confirm that you will have accommodation here, that you have paid first semester tuition fee, and usually this information is more than enough to get visa if you complete the rest of visa requirements according to the list you have on embassy website. So if you do complete all these requirements and submit all these documents that university has provided you, there should be positive visa outcome. However, sometimes happens that students get rejections. Then we advise them to appeal, to make an appeal, and for the second time, many of them get positive decisions. We can also, you can also talk to our lawyer. We have a lawyer who is specialist in immigration law, and he will be able to advise you on what specific steps you have to undergo to strengthen your visa application.
Right. And sorry, sir or ma'am, whoever was asking this question, I have to add from my side that remember, if your visa is rejected, as well, the influence to it has the quality of the university you are choosing in Poland. If a university that you've chosen is simply seen as a top institution, then really rejections are rare. And then the second institution, simply because of even a small mistake. So, as Vlad said, you have to fulfill all the requirements from the consulate website, right? If you did not, then it might be visa rejection. But don't worry, you can make a reappeal, and we will guide you in that. I have another question. Oh, this is for aviation. So, I want to be a pilot someday. So when can I start flying? Do I have to attend in all classes? Wow, that's an interesting question. And maybe this time we would ask our coordinator and the teacher and the pilot himself, Mr. Jakub Jagiello, to answer this question.
Thank you very much for these questions. I would like to start that the pre-entry requirement for our university and for our course is dependent on the aviation regulations regarding the integrated ATPL course from the 0 to ATPL frozen license. So you need to be at least 18 years old to start this course, integrated course of 0 to ATPL. Anyway, if you want to the modular course of every single step, starting from private pilot license, you need to be at least 16 years old. But here with us at the Lazarski University, you need to be at least 18 years old to start the practical training, exactly the practical training of our course. But before that, you can start this university with the theoretical training, and then after being at least 18 years old, you may commence the practical training and the first solo flights.
Right. Can I address something more here? I would like to actually ask something more. So the program that we offer here is aviation law and the professional pilot license. This is a program that is 3-year program, and very often students are asking, if they are signing into this program and they start the academic classes from October, 1st of October, when really they will get into the plane and they will really start practicing in the airport and in the aircrafts?
Okay, comparing to other courses and other studies in aviation, at the Lazarski University, we may say that you start your practical training straight away. First, we complete some of subjects from ATPL theoretical knowledge, And then after completing 2 semesters of the theoretical knowledge of ATPL and both with aviation law, you may start the first part of your practical training in terms of internship. So it covers a little bit of 25 flight hours with pre-flight and post-flight briefing. So the total internship during the second term is around 60 hours. There was a questions regarding the attendance at the classes, and I would like to mention that according to EASA regulations and to get the ATPL theoretical course certificate, you need to cover at least 75% of attendance at the theoretical course. So this is the minimum what we need from you to attend at our university to get this certificate later on, and then you will be able to commence your examination at the CAA in Poland.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So you heard minimum 75, but I'm telling you that Lazarski University is a top institution. So we really want you to be serious about your studies, right, guys? If you decide to study in Lazarski, please bear in mind that our teachers, they want to see you at the class. They don't want to give that class to one empty tables, right? So if you decided to invest into your future and study in Lazarski, come to the class. Then we have another question, very interesting one. How many % of students pass online interview, Skype interview? How many students, are we able even to more or less say how many students pass this interview?
Well, I would say off the top of my head that about 80%.
Yeah, I would say exactly the same. It's actually many. So guys, you are successful. Another question that I'm asking. If English courses are for August and September, will I have time to apply, and will a student visa be ready in such a short time, or can I apply before in the courses? Our courses that we offer in August are actually an online courses. So your visa procedure for studies that you will start from the 1st of October are non-related to each other. You can take part in the online course taking place in August, and same time apply for your visa. So I hope I replied to this question. Another one. When we will know the class schedule? Who is able to answer this question? Professor Martin Dahl is able to answer this question?
The schedule of the classes is available at the beginning of every semester. Yes, so it depends also on the amount of students they will join it. So more or less in the end of September, beginning of October, we already know the final schedule of the classes.
Yes, and here I have to add, guys, if you go into our website and you will click to any of an English-speaking programs and you will scroll down into the middle of the page, you will be able to download each program. So before arriving, you anyway will know what kind of subjects are waiting there for you during your studies. We have another very interesting program related to aviation, so I would love to read it. So gentlemen, if you could prepare yourself. Could you please provide detailed information about aviation law program? How many hours students can fly during studies? So Vlad and Mr. Jakub Jagiello, if you could split this question.
Okay, I will tell about the ATPL practical training. So during the course and the studies at the Lazarski University of Aviation Law and Professional Pilot License, completing this course, you will get around of 200 flight hours, which is actually the minimum requirement to obtain the ATPL frozen license, which covers the commercial pilot license with all the ratings mentioning multi-engine pilot license and instrument rating. And at the end of the course, you will get the MCC certificate, which prepares you for the your dream job in airlines. So as I mentioned, 200 flight hours will be divided in those three main parts during the summer internships. So theoretical training will be covered during 2 terms a year, so from October to April, and mid-April or at the beginning of May, you will be able to start your practical training. So as I mentioned before, after the second term, you will be able to start your practical training after completing all the tests and the exams after those 2 semesters. And then at the first internship, you will complete your first solo flight as a pilot.
Wow. So that's an amazing information about the practical part of the training. Vlad, can I ask you about something? Very often I can hear this question. Why our program combines theory in aviation law and then the practice, right, with the flying? Why are we preparing students with this theory? What kind of asset is it giving to a student on the work market?
Well, first of all, the theory is an integral part of the training, and you cannot proceed to a corresponding practical phase without completing the theory. But the kind of preparation we give here is the combination with the aviation law and professional pilot training. So that aviation law part will also allow you to, after you graduate, to work as an aviation professional in many civil aviation authorities, which can provide you kind of safe background in case you will not be able to become a pilot. So this is kind of a great asset in this regards.
Perfect.
I would like to mention something more about the course. Comparing to other studies at the Lazarski University, you start your course, ATPL course, from the first term. So you're not focusing on starting your course, for example, at the third term during your studies, but straight away. If you come to this university, you've been accepted to this university, you join us and you start your theoretical training, then followed by the practical training straight away from the first term.
Perfect. And again, gentlemen, I have a question related to your field, to aviation. When I finish my study at your university, can I fly in my country or do I have to fly in Poland?
No, you will get the ATPL frozen license, which I have already mentioned. That is CPL commercial pilot license with all the ratings you need to get to be successful with pre-entry requirements for your dream job in airlines. And it is covered by the EASA regulations. So it's in all Europe that you can fly with this license, and many other countries outside of Europe will accept your license as well. So it's not the point that getting ATPL course here in Poland, you will be able only to fly in Poland. You may also fly elsewhere you want to fly, for example, in Turkey and any other countries with the EASA license.
Yes, because the pilot career is an international career, right?
I would like just to add that these licenses that have been issued in accordance with EASA regulations are most recognizable around the world and like easy convertible to other different other national licenses just in case if you will have to do that.
Right, like in Asia or in US, and as we said, for example, in Turkey, right? So, right, international career of a pilot is in front of you if you decide to study with us. Then I have another question about scholarship. I wonder if you have any scholarships. And again, we do not have a colleague with us that is responsible for the scholarship section, but I may answer to you, yes, we do provide a scholarship. Even we have a scholarship before you will arrive to our university program. So please feel free to enter into our website. Below this recording, actually, they are links to our website. And then you have a section discounts. You can read more about our scholarships. Please feel free. And then we have so many questions coming, guys, so I cannot hold on to one. Could you please talk about the BA in Economics program and course? How many students are enrolling to economics program this year? Yeah? Martin Dahl, are you able to say something about, maybe not about accurate numbers that enrolled this year, because this is something you don't know yet, right? We don't know yet. We are still enrolling students, but something about the economy program.
According to our economic or program in economics, it's one of our major programs. I can say we started with economics very many years ago. Nowadays we have both the possibility to get two diplomas, this Polish one and this English one with our partner in UK, the Coventry University. And it's, I think, one of our most recognized program or visible program that we already have.
Right. But I have to say, guys, our absolutely top course, where we accept the biggest number of foreigners every year, is a management course, right? Everyone wants to be a manager and director in the future. So this is absolutely our top course. And thanks God we have today with us Karoliene, who knows more about this program. I get very many questions about what kind of specialization we offer at the management course. Could you tell us a little bit more about this, because it's very interesting?
Yes, we run two programs. That is a bachelor degree in management, which lasts 3 years, and you can specialize in e-commerce, in tourism management, and in logistic management. And from this year, we start an MA, a master degree in management, where you can specialize. After first year, you choose to specialize in one of the three majors. And this is the big data management, this is the event management and strategic leadership. So you can choose three specialization on bachelor degree and on master studies.
Right. So very often you are asking about this because, yes, the main general name of our course is management, but then if you enter into our website, you can find the information about this specialization. Could you maybe as well say a little bit more about the career opportunities that they are waiting after the specialization for the students?
Well, the graduates of Lazarski University are one of the best paid professionals on the market. So you can choose out of a variety of international corporations, consulting companies, banks, financial institutions, marketing companies. So the variety is really huge. And you can also visit the website and see on the program structure on what kind of career path you can follow after graduating.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And now I have a section of questions for law faculty. What are the career opportunities for law graduates?
Law department is offering so far only one running program in English, which is Law and International Relations at MA level, but we are recruiting right now for Law and International Relations as an MA, as a MA, and also Law and Business Management. So job opportunities are really very varied here, and we are educating students to work in international organizations, EU institutions, NGOs, also in business, in corporations, as in-house lawyers. So that there's a very varied profile of possibilities.
Right. I have another question coming, and I think here we have to make something clear. Is it possible to become a lawyer in Poland or abroad after graduation from Law and International Relations?
Unfortunately, the answer is negative, because in order to be a practicing lawyer in Poland, and according to our legal requirements, the student must complete the 5-year-long Master in Law program in Polish law. So the possibility to become a practicing lawyer, to become an attorney or a judge or a prosecutor, this is not the case for the Law and International Relations. Law and International Relations is more interdisciplinary program with a more flexible approach that gives you a little bit broader scope of job opportunities.
Right. So remember that Lazarski University is offering a full-time law studies, but they are in?
They're in Polish. Yes.
Polish, right, in Polish. So if your Polish is not at minimum B2 level, unfortunately you are not eligible to study at this program, but then we can invite you to our other program, right? After which you cannot be a lawyer, but you have a full knowledge, right? So then another question coming. Good morning. Would you mind telling me, please, when it will be possible to get an information about availability of places in student dormitories? So places are still available. As we mentioned earlier, we have a dedicated department dealing only with accommodation for international students. It's accommodation department, and our colleague Anna is waiting for your email and for your call. If you enter our website and you will click into contact, you will be able to find accommodation department contact data. So please feel free to contact them, and definitely some kind of accommodation option will be provided to you. Of course, depends on your demands and on your budget. Then we have another question. Do you have an opportunity to learn other languages like Spanish? Do we?
Oh, well, our English language program students are offered 2 languages, German or French. And as for other languages, we serve our students on individual basis. So please contact our Foreign Language Center for more details about the languages offered.
Right. So shall I understand that if someone would be interested to study Spanish or Italian or maybe other language, it is possible to organize such a course, right? Upon the request.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So yes, it is possible. Guys, another question. What are the requirements of a Polish language course? What are the requirements that person need to fulfill to sign into a language course?
Well, if you mean just joining a Polish language course for students, there are no requirements. You just start. We organize courses at beginner level. Yeah, so you can start a beginner course just when you arrive at Lazarski University, and you enroll in the course, pay the fee. You can start the course with other students interested in studying Polish language.
Right. I would just add to it, what is demanded is your willingness to study Polish language, and then we are waiting here with an open arms for you to come. Right. Do you offer any internships abroad? That's a very interesting question. Who may I address about this? Professor Martin Dahl.
Yes, of course. We are offering also internship abroad. Even it is possible during your studies to take 1 semester and to go to abroad for an internship, which will be recognized as a part of your program. Yes, so definitely yes.
And I would like to add one more thing, that internships abroad are offered also within the Erasmus Plus program, both for students and for our graduates. And also our university is a partner of one of the EU institutions, European Union Intellectual Property Office, which is offering internships for our graduates from actually all of our faculties except from medicine. We have quite a big range of opportunities also for foreign internships.
Thank you very much. So we have another question. It's a very interesting one. Actually, I love this question. I want to answer it. Do you have a help desk to guide new students on campus? And here it is my great privilege and honor to tell you that we do have an international student help desk. It's an office, I would say it's a department institution right in our campus that is responsible for every kind of questions you might have before and after arriving from A to Z. So actually we are serving you there completely. People who are responsible for this kind of work in our international student help desk are either our professors, they might be administrative staff members, they might be our graduates or our students who are willing to help you and guide you. So yes, we will help you to sort out any issue you might have, starting from in which bank you might open your account, where you can go for a weekend with your friends in Poland or maybe somewhere abroad, going through any legal issues you might have with your visa or residence permit. So don't worry, you will not be left with the questions yourself. We will be happy here to help you. Another question's coming. Is your law diploma recognized worldwide?
Our general law diploma
in Polish.
In Polish, of course, it is recognized worldwide, but the possibilities to practice law in different countries are dependent on their internal rules as well. And our diploma in law in international relations, either on BA or MA level, of course, it's also recognized worldwide.
Right, thank you very much. How many, oh, this is question coming. How many maths classes on management faculty will be held weekly? So maybe a person on my right, the
Yes.
most.
We have math on the first semester of bachelor degree. It lasts for only a first semester. It's 30 hours, so it's once a week, 2 hours of maths class with Dr. Krzysztof Beck.
Yes. My question, actually, I think what was meant in this question is that people who hate maths, will they handle at a management program? Because really students are scared of it, they are asking about maths.
Well, the answer is very straightforward. Yes, you will handle it. Dr. Beck is a fantastic teacher, very professional, and he's loved by his students. I think he's not so tough, and he's handling math very well.
And you have this guarantee here in public from the director of non-validated English studies. So definitely, if Karol Jene, he promised that you will pass it, you will pass it. But remember, Professor Krzysztof Beck, because everyone know him very well, is very demanding. He's very kind, and he will help you definitely. He will stay after classes and help you with maths. But definitely, you have to attend it, and you have to work hard, right? And guys, here I have to remind you from my side, Lazarski University is a top university, business university, right? So remember, every one of you, doesn't matter, you want to be a businessman, you want to be manager, you want to be director, and you are graduating one of our courses related to economics, to management, you will have to know how to count money, right? So math is important. We are reading further. Okay, how many subjects do I have on program on aviation law? Many is the answer?
Well, yeah, there are a lot of subjects, and there are, if you are asking about aviation, the subjects connected to aviation training, these are 14 subjects. Which you are expected to pass in examination in the Civil Aviation Authority once you graduate. But approximately you will have around 6 to 9 subjects per semester, depending on the semester.
I would like to add that in the 0 to ATPL course, as Vlad mentioned, we have 14 exams which will cover the ASA part FCL regulations to obtain the ATPL frozen license. So we've got many subjects related to aviation law, aircraft general knowledge, communication, and many other subjects that you will learn during this course.
Right. And I would like to ask additional question from my side because I think it's really, really important to answer this. Very often students at different kind of courses, so I'm going to come back to my right side too in a moment, are asking how many classes every week I'm going to have. Is the program so hectic I'm going to study night and days and I will not have any kind of a time for myself? So gentlemen, can you, like, I know it's very difficult to say exactly, right? But is the aviation law and professional pilot license program so hectic that it's impossible to, I don't know, enjoy your life and rest or go out with your friends?
Together with the question regarding the attendance at the classes, I think it should be not an issue here, because I think that every single class gets you quite closer to fulfill your dream of becoming an airline pilot. This course is quite demanding anyway, but still you can have your social life as well during all the semesters at the Lazarski University.
Okay, you can have your social life. So now then let's go to my right. What about management course? Is it so hectic, overloaded, or it should be cool?
It is loaded, but it's not overloaded. For the first semester, you have a lot of courses. It usually, I would say, about 5 hours a day you spend on the campus studying. The rest you you do socializing and a lot of sitting in the library reading in the papers. But for the second and the third semester, especially the third year, at the third year you take the internship and you're more concentrated on writing your thesis. So there are less lectures, less seminars, less workshops. And same for the master degree. The first year is loaded with a lot of workshops and seminars. You spend up to 5 hours a day at the campus, but on the second year you're more concentrated on writing your master thesis and on the internship. So you spend more time in the company during your training.
That's actually good. Practice is good, right? And what about the law and administration faculty?
I can just confirm the general approach that the programs are just well balanced, that you can have your private life, personal life, social life together with studying. And it's approximately, like my colleague just said, that it's around 5 hours per day at the faculty. Sometimes if the schedule is well arranged, you have some days off, 1 or 1.5 days off that you can just devote to working or just pursuing your hobbies. I would just also like to add one thing about aviation law program, that my colleagues were saying a lot about this aviation-oriented courses, but please remember that this is the program which is also intending to give you some broader knowledge and some general knowledge, and you will have some general courses or on introduction to law, on principles of international and European law. You will also have the opportunities to choose electives from the general offer of our university. So it will give you a lot of opportunities, not only to focus on aviation, but also to expand your general knowledge.
Martin,
Yes,
is there anything to add?
I would like to add something about our programs, if they are overloaded or not. Dear candidates, study time is not only getting knowledge, it's also a time of developing social skills. Yes? And during our internal discussions that we have in our staff members, we are also thinking quite often about it, how to create the program, not to have to overload it, but also to give your time to have this opportunity to develop social skills, because it's also so very important, like getting new knowledges and studying. So I wouldn't be afraid of that if our programs are overloaded or not. 5 hours per day is the maximum that we try to organize for you. Of course, in average, it's because sometimes you have more classes during the day, yes, but there are also during your studies you have some semesters that you are only studying 4 days per week and not 5 days. Yes, so I think the right balance is the right way, yes, just to study.
Yes, and as a secret, I have to add to you that our actually Foreign and Language Center is making sure that you are never bored after class, because we have many cultural events organized in our university. So we want you to enjoy your time after classes too. This is not only studies, they are very important, but as well enjoying your life. So let's go further to another question. Okay. Vlad, I think this is a question addressed to you. What kind of visa will I receive to attend language course?
Well, as a general rule, as a student, no matter whether you are a student of major program or language course, you get a student visa, which is a national visa, type D, and on the basis of the acceptance letter we provide, this type of visa is usually issued. However, it depends on individually on the decision of the consul, because like every single visa application is treated individually. You should remember this. But as a general rule, this is student visa of D type.
Right. Vlad, we will stay with you because we have admission question now. Regarding Ukrainian candidates, what exactly is needed for admission this year? Only a certificate of completion of school, or also the result of ZNO exams?
Well, the high school diploma or certificate is the major legal basis to apply for higher education. So we don't require to have any external examinations here, because the high school diploma itself gives you an academic right to apply for bachelor's degree, and on the basis of this document you will be able to apply here. Some universities they do have entry requirements like interview in language proficiency as we have. So yeah, this is actually the only exam or interview you will have to perform, and just having a diploma and translation is enough to apply.
Perfect. And if you will have more questions about admission and the exact documents that you have to provide, below this video you find a link with a contact to our admission team, and then Vlad later on will be in contact with you. We have so many questions coming. I'm reading another one. Do I need a special insurance as a student of aviation law and professional pilot license program?
Our students, while being in the training center, they are covered with all the necessary insurance they need. But as a foreign student, you will also have to purchase a National Health Fund insurance once you arrive here in Poland. This is the requirement of internal university regulation. As for the insurance while you are in the training center, yes, you are covered with all the necessary insurance.
Perfect. Thank you very much for answering. Are there any additional activities, such as football or any other sport activities provided by university? And I'm going to answer this question. The answer is to this question is absolutely yes. More of that. On bachelor degrees is an obligation for students to take part in some kind of physical activity. And here we have a list of physical activities that you may choose from. It might be football or volleyball or basketball. It might be yoga or dancing. Sorry, dancing is available only for girls, not for boys yet. Then we have fitness activities and many others. We as well have specialized sports section where the sport director is responsible for enriching our sport offer for you. So absolutely don't worry about this. There will be many activities from you to choose from. Another question. When can there be an interview? I guess it is about the online Skype interview. And the second part of this question, first you need to submit all documentation with payment. Vlad.
Well, actually it is enough to register on the website for a preferred program and pay the registration fee. And later on you shall send a short email that you would like to take this interview, and we will set up an appointment with our language department representative for you, so you could take this interview in the exact day, on exact date and time via Skype. As for the what was the
payment?
Yeah. As for the payment, well, you are expected to fulfill all the admission requirements, including the payment, until the end of August. So you can pay the tuition fee no later than the end of August.
Right, and remember that without fulfilling all the admission requirements, we will not be able to provide an invitation for the studies. So sooner you fulfill all of them, the sooner you will be able to apply for your visa. Then we have a question for our language center director. How long shall I study English-Polish course to reach B2 level? It's very individual, right? The answer to this question.
I'm not sure what you mean. How long do you need to study English-Polish course?
Let's start with then let's think of theory, right? We have students from Africa who want to learn Polish. How long students from Africa would need a time to study Polish to B2 level?
Well, in order to study Polish to B2 level, I would say you need 2 years. If you have zero knowledge of the Polish language and you want to speak it at B2 level, you need 2 years of hard work of learning the language. Basically, it is really known and measured by experts how many hours a person needs to master a language to a certain level. You can check that in internet. You can find information. Yeah. So, for example, I would say that if you are at B1 level and you would like to reach B2 level in the English language, you need to work, really work hard for about 600 hours. Yeah. So half a year of hard work every day, and you can move up from B1 to B2. And there are no shortcuts.
Right.
There is hard work, and the student has to work. The teachers, our teachers, are really very helpful, and they provide wonderful education in the language and opportunity to speak, to read and write. But it is fact that the candidate, the student, has to do the work of mastering the language, and it takes time. So it will not be a month or two. Yeah. So to reach the B2 level, even from B1, you really need to work a lot of hours.
Right. So I understood. Hard work, that's first. Your hard work, not a teacher hard work, not mine hard work. Your hard work is the first thing. And then practice, practice, and again, practice. And here we will deliver loads of practice to you. And now I have another theoretical question. I think the best person to answer will be our dean. So, is it possible to change a faculty language from Polish to English after first year of studies? So let's assume someone is studying economy in Polish and then want to change in English, or opposite, right?
Of course, there's always this possibility to change the program from Polish program to English program, or English language program to Polish one. What I would like to mention is always maybe a little bit difficult, but possible to change from our other programs to these programs validated by Coventry University, because you need to fulfill also this English criteria and standards, yes, and we need some approvals from our partner university, but it's still possible, yes.
Perfect, thank you very much. So I'm reading another question. Again, I'm coming back to admission team. So could you please tell more about medical travel insurance process?
Well, medical or travel insurance is only required for your visa application, actually. As a part of admission requirement, as I mentioned before, you will have to purchase a National Health Fund insurance upon arrival here in Warsaw. The university and the student help desk will be able to assist you to even to purchase this insurance on your behalf. But as for the travel insurance, this is only required for visa purposes, and you should check for the requirements with your closest embassy or consulate on that.
Perfect, thank you very much. I can see that to another question we already answered. There is again a question about scholarships and discounts. So again, please go into our website. You have a separate section called discounts there, and you can read everything about the options for you. And then we have a question about tuition fees. I'm sorry, no one here knows the tuition fees by heart, so I'm again asking you to go into our website. Next to every course, you have a fees mentioned in your first, second, third year of education, right? And we have more questions coming. Can I work while studying language course? Is it more for admission question? Yeah, admission department.
Well, in order to work without, well, this visa you have allows you, this is a student visa, allows you to stay and work. But if you are studying a language course, then you need to have a work permit to be able to perform any job. Unless you are full-time major program student, then as a student of full-time studies, you are not expected to have any work permit. You can work without work permit, and after you graduate for 3 years, you can also work without having a work permit. But in case of language courses, you can work, but you will have to get a proper work permit with your company you are going to work in.
So, answering clearly, okay, and very bold your question. If you are applying for our language course and you got your visa for studying in the language course, no, you will not be able to work. You will have to concentrate on your language course. As well, remember, you do not still have a language ability to do any kind of a work. If you are a student on one of our academic program, yes, you are legally allowed to work in Poland, but again, I want to make it clear, remember, studies come first and then your work, right? We have another question. One more question to admission team, okay? Can I attend in language course during my studies? Or actually, I would say,
Well, both language course and major program, these are full-time courses, and unfortunately it's not possible to attend them at the same time. But our language department offers many individual solutions in this regard, so you may take any individual classes or group classes which are running during the semester. In addition to your major program, these classes will take place
Right.
like beyond that classes you have. Maybe
Perfect.
a director of language department will be able to add some more information.
more
in this regard.
information, right?
Yes, as Justina mentioned, the word flexibility, we are very flexible, and we also provide online language courses. So yes, you can take an English language course, for example, or Polish language course while you are a student of a program. There are options, but as Justina and Vlad mentioned, there's plenty of work at the study program and plenty of work at the language program. But shorter courses, of course, would match perfectly with each other.
Yes. So as we talked before, even on academic programs, they are not so hectic and not so intensive. They're not overloaded, right? You still have time for mastering other things. And this is your decision already, if it's language course or maybe some other professional skill or your hobby, right? I'm reading another question. Is it hard to get a residence permit in Poland? And I would answer this question. What does it mean? Is it hard? You will be able to apply and you are eligible to apply for your residence permit in Poland on the basis of your studies. And more of that, as Vlad already mentioned, we have a lawyer on our campus who is absolutely a specialist in these legal cases. So you don't even have to apply for the residence permit yourself. We are here to help you with these applications, so there will be no mistakes within it and there will be no rejections, right? So our students, they are all receiving a residence permit in Poland because you are eligible for it, and we will make sure that all the paper administrative work is done. The only thing that sometimes are happening and the people are getting rejections are simply mistakes in the forms, are administrative mistakes. So because we are helping you with it, there shouldn't be these kind of problems. But I have to as well be very, very fair here, and I have to add that waiting time for the residence permit doesn't depend on us, right? Doesn't depend on any university in Poland. This process depends on the administrative process that depends on the government. And there are students who are receiving a residence permit within 4 months, within 6 months. There are students that have to wait 8 months, 12 and more, right? So, and it doesn't depend on us. Although we will make sure that you are helped with it and that you will get this residence permit at the end. We have another question. What kind of qualification teachers in your university have? So, gentlemen, could I ask both of you? Maybe first Professor Martindal?
Oh, it's a question, the right question, yes, but we have any necessary qualification that our teacher must have, yes. So, from different scientific titles, yes. But which is much more maybe interesting for you is the practical experience that also our teacher have. Most of them are working beside the university, also in different companies or different NGOs or institutions. Yes, so I think there's a wide spectrum of qualifications that we have.
Perfect. Is there anything else
Well,
that might be added?
especially when you decide to specialize on one of the field on the third year, we sort of put the stress on employing the lecturers that are practitioners, that master the subject from the practical side. So whenever you choose specialization in tourism, those are the people working actually in the tourist companies or in tourism business. And same for the master degree. If you choose big data analysis, those are people that deal with it on a daily basis in their companies or big international companies. So they're more practitioners than the academic teachers.
Yes, Martin?
What we try to achieve at our university is full integration of theory and practices. That's why, according to our HR policies, we are looking for people with this wide experiences. So I think it's a good place, yes, because we have this synergy between science and practical skills. Yes, so I think this is this direction that we want to go, and we are going on this way.
To make it short, you can be sure that the teachers that you will have classes with, first of all, they will be practitioners, right? So they exactly know what kind of subject they are teaching you. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, classes will never be boring. We can guarantee this to you. They will be really interesting, and this is something that really you will be later on able to use in your professional life. Then I have another question. I'm so sorry, there was a smile on my face when I was reading it. Where can I fly during my training hours? Maldives, no.
During your practical training here at Lazarski University, together with Goldwing's Flight Academy, you will start basically from the ground training. Then you will start with the first flight preparation course, and you will fly around the airport at the beginning of your training. Then you will start with the cross-country flight. So, to be honest with you, the sky is the limit. So you can travel wherever you like in Poland during your practical training. And then you will have your solo flights where you can also fly the cross-country flights, and you may choose the variety of the airports that you would like to fly there.
Within Poland, right?
Yes.
Within Poland. So as I said, unfortunately, Maldives not this time. But in the future, once you get your license, we are very happy to pack ourselves up and go with you to Maldives too. Right, guys.
But for sure, you can fly to the sky. Yes.
Right, sky is the limit. The sky is not a limit anymore, right? Okay, I'm having a tricky question, okay, to the language department director. Why are online language courses in Lazarski so much more expensive than in Uzbekistan?
In fact, our leadership decided that we want to keep very high quality of those courses, and they are going to be only for up to 6 persons, up to 6 participants. That's why they had to be calculated for 6 persons.
Right. And
there's not gonna be a crowd of students.
Right. There will be amazing nationality mix, first of all. So you will be able to study in the full immersion classes. There will be very individual approach. And then I have to mention a last thing. Remember, guys, that European Union prices might be different than whatever prices are in Central Asia, in farther Asia, in America, or in Africa, right? So European Union prices, the currency is different, right? So the prices might be different, but you can be sure that you are not overpaying. You are paying for the quality, right? Right, I'm studying at a different university, but I would like to transfer. Where should I address? So, first of all, Martin, is it possible to transfer from the other university?
Yes, of course. It depends on the field of studies. Yes? So if you would like to transfer of one of our programs at the Department of Economics and Management, you need to contact our department. If you would like to change to our law faculty, you need to address your question to this department. So, but in general, it is possible to switch the university and to come to study at Lazarski.
Right.
And if I may,
yeah, please.
Probably you would have to first address yourself to the admission department, and then admission department would guide you through our structure to the registrar offices of the relevant faculties, and then the decision is up to the dean based on your transcript of records and the capacity of the program as well.
Perfect.
To sum it up, from the perspective of admission department, you will be expected to complete the application form that we will provide you with. You will have to send us the transcript of records as well as the syllabi to all the courses you want to be transferred here. And we submit all these documents to the proper program director on your behalf, and he evaluates this application, and the decision is issued, and you will get the information to which semester and how many credits you will be able to transfer here.
Thank you very much. So, there is another question that I will allow myself to address it. Is there a racism in Poland? So this is a very difficult question actually, and the answer to it should be very diplomatic, but as well I will give you a true answer to this question. So from the point of view of a person, myself, that I lived in many different foreign countries, before I came back to Poland in 2015, I can tell you that racism exists in every country in the world, that you will find these kind of people that might not like others because of different reasons, right? Doesn't matter, it's because of your skin color, or because of your religion, or because of the food you eat, or because of the way you dress, right? Remember that you might meet these people in Poland, in US, in Australia, in India, in Russia, anywhere in the world. But I would like to mention here that according to the law, our country is welcoming everyone, despite of any other things that might be your skin color, might be your different culture, might be your different language. If you legally come to our country, everyone is welcome you here. You have exactly same right to be in our country, to live in our country. As a university, we want to make sure that you feel comfortable and welcomed in our university, but in our city and in our country. By the statistics, we have 70,000 foreigners coming to Poland every year to study and work. That's quite a lot. So internationalization is already here in our country. And especially if you decide to study in Lazarski, in Warsaw, in a capital city, you will be really able to meet foreigners at every corner.
If I
Please,
may,
please.
I want to confirm that Lazarski University is taking the issues of discrimination, any sort of discrimination, very seriously. And we have a special committee, the inquiry committee, that just receives any complaints, and so you can count on us, and we are assuring really the safe environment in terms of anti-discrimination based on nationality, sex, gender, and any reasons. Yeah.
Right. Please.
But which is much more even important, I think, the idea of our founder was just to create a very open, friendly and tolerant place, yes, and I think that's why we have so many students from different countries, different religions, yes, and I would say Lazarski University is a very special place, especially for foreign students, what I can confirm as also foreigner here in Poland, yes, so.
Right. So, by the way, when it comes to internationalization, this is one more tip I have to give to you. Internationalization is not touching only our students, but as well our professors, because we have many professors who are foreigners themselves, so they exactly understand how you are going to feel yourself here in Poland. And doesn't matter our professors are Polish or non-Polish, they perfectly understand at what position you are, and they will be really happy to help you. We have another question, and I think this is a question for admission team. In my country, students will get their diplomas late because of pandemic situation. We do not know when our diplomas will be issued. So is it going to be a problematic about admission?
Well, as I have mentioned before, we are going to be much more flexible in terms of deadlines this year. However, we are not able to waive any entry requirements because of that, because this is the requirement of educational law. So yes, we will do our best to provide maximum possible extensions on submission of all the required documents. And for those who will be late in arriving here, we will provide online classes to take, so you could not miss any material before you arrive here to start the regular classes, unless the situation changes, of course.
Perfect. Vlad, can we stay with you? I have one more question for admission, so I'm going to hit with it. In case of visa refusal, if my tuition fee will be refunded, do you help with visa procedure? I think the second part we already answered, but the first part, if the visa will be refused, will we refund the tuition fee?
Well, in unfortunate terms of events such as visa refusal, yes, the tuition fee is refunded on your request. You will have to submit an refund application to admissions department. In addition to that application, it's good to attach the visa refusal letter. But please note that the admissions fee remain non-refundable here. So only tuition fee is refunded on your application.
I mean, not only, it's the bigger part, yeah? Remember, it's the bigger part of money. So the small part stay with us and the bigger part will be refunded. Now, I think it's a very, very important question, so I would like to read it out loud. I heard that you have a double degree program. Could you please tell me more? What is the difference between single program? Can you tell me more about subjects, double rating? Will I get 1 or 2 diplomas? Martin, I'm looking into at you.
Okay, thank you very much for this question. Yes, what's the difference? First, the biggest difference is that you are getting 2 diplomas. One is the Polish one. The second one is the British one, recognized also in the UK. Of course, the subjects are different. Yes, but to go more into the details, please show our website. Yes, they're all detailed information about the subject, the structure of the programs are available there. And another additional value of this double degree program is that you have also this possibility to go and to spend, our best students have this possibility to go and spend 1 semester in the UK. Yes, so more or less I can answer this question like this.
It was very, very brief. There is more information to read about, so please follow the link below this recording and you will be able to read more about our dual awarded programs with Coventry University. So again, I'm looking into my right side and mainly the professor stuff, and there is a question, a very general question, but I think it's very important and it's very difficult, especially for young people who are sitting there and watching us now. How can I choose the right program for me?
Yes, it's another
very difficult question.
very difficult question, but also very important question. I would say it's somehow normal that you have some doubts to choosing the right program. One of our answers to that question is the quite easy possibility to switch from one program to another. Yes, we also, when we are trying to develop our programs, we are trying to have so many as possible common subjects during the first semester, just to make an impression, just to choose maybe the not choose but to switch another program. But also we are here for you. Yes, so if you need some additional information, we'd like to talk with our program directors or our staff. Of course, there's the possibility just to talk about this, yes, and to make the decision. But which is, I think, much more important, the ongoing possibility just to switch from one program to another. If you made this or you get this knowledge, yes, that your choice was maybe not correct, yes, or you would like to do other things, yes. So.
And we are so lucky we have a director of non-validated English studied with us. So maybe any more?
Well, if I would be you, I would start by downloading the program structure and look at the courses, the modules you have, and maybe some of you are more interested in tourism. Some of you might be more interested in logistics. Some of you might favor strategic leadership or event management or big data analysis, which is a very popular field of study nowadays. So I would start by looking the program structure or take a deeper look by downloading the syllabuses. And by looking into it, probably you can make up your mind in an easier way.
Right. So this is a very general question, a very difficult question. Remember that actually Martin said that you have a possibility to change one program to the other, but actually we would prefer you to choose the correct program from the very beginning. So if you have any kind of a doubt, these are absolutely perfect tips. Okay, so I mean, preparing yourself, okay, before applying for anything. But if you will need any more guidance or advice, remember, admission team is always there. They are as well trying to help you and guide you to choose the best program for you. So at the end of the day, you can be in the proper one from the beginning, right? But emergency exit, just in case, you can change the program. Right, I'm adding, we actually are finishing soon. We have only a few minutes left, and they have so many questions here. So I would like to just choose the best one and ask, so really please forgive me if we will not answer all of them today for you. Okay, will we be capable of learning Polish language for free in Lazarski? Yes, I'm looking into the right direction.
Well, unfortunately, it is not possible to learn for free at our department. What you can do is try to find a tandem with a Polish student, language for language, and we are helping our students to find a student, for example, who might be interested in learning your language or the language you know very well, or even helping with English for Polish. Yeah, this is like language for language student tandem learning.
Right, but again, remember, you can take additional Polish classes, you can pay for your language course. And as well, I have to add one more thing that I think was related to this question, which is, can you survive without Polish in Poland? I mean, can you survive in Lazarski? Can you survive in Warsaw? And my answer is yes. Yeah, we have so many students studying with us absolutely fully in English. Studies are fully in English, right? And many of them, they do not speak a word, or maybe they can say hi, okay, in Polish, but they perfectly survive here. Because in our country, most of the young people, they speak English very well. In our public transportation, everything will be written in Polish and in English. In supermarkets, everything will be written in Polish and English. You can find a medical support and care here in English too. So please, don't be worried. If you speak English, this is perfect, okay? You will definitely be able to survive. And yeah, as a tip was given here, remember, you will be in the full immersion place. You are able to make friends with Polish people, and then it will be easy and quick to learn the language, right? Maybe not in 5 minutes, but easier and quicker, right? And now I promise, this is unfortunately a last question, because I can see there's many coming, but we have only a few last minutes left. Okay, will this year be a study available for foreign students? Are borders already open for those with a student visa? And maybe Martin and Vlad, if you could summarize at the end, because we already addressed a little bit this issue before.
Okay, not everything depends on us, yes. So we cannot answer this question. What will our government or other governments do during this situation? But what I can say for sure, we will be prepared also for starting the semester online. Yes, if it will be necessary for you, and to give you the possibility to join us maybe a few weeks or a few months later. So I wouldn't be worried about that.
Perfect. Guys, there are more questions coming. But the team who is here with us is letting me know that we are soon finishing. I think it's very important to summarize our meeting today. We are so proud and so happy that we had you here for the last 1.5 hours. Yes, it's 1.5 hours. There were so many questions coming. We feel proud of you. We hope that if you did not decide yet to apply for studies in Lazarski, after this Q&A session, it will be easier for you to apply and that you got the answers to your questions. If you did not, still remember, we are here for you. So admission team representative is Vlad, but this is more than one person there. They are so happy to answer all your questions, and we will be really happy to welcome you here with us, either from 1st of October in our campus in Warsaw, or if not, then in online mode. And at the last point, I would like to say thank you very much to all two team members, family, Lazarski family members, who was here today with us. Please do forgive me if I was not pronouncing your positions at the university properly. But guys, I want to tell you that everyone who is here with us are practitioners. These are really Lazarski team members that you are going to meet here in Poland. These are not fake people, right? So you had with us here Dean, of the Faculty of Economy and Management, who you will meet as well at your classes. Okay.
Thank you very much, yes, for
Right.
attendance.
We had Deputy Dean of the Law and Administration Faculty, Professor Dominika Harashimiuk, that she will be at your law classes if you choose so.
That's for sure. See you in the classroom.
And we had with us here Director of Non-Validated English Studies, MA Karol Jene, who you too will meet at your class.
See you in October.
Right. We had Foreign Language Center Director with us, Ms. Agnieszka Sycińska.
Thank you very much, and visit us at the Foreign Language Center on the first floor.
By the way, you can meet this lady at your Skype online examination, so be ready. Then we had here with us MSA Jakub Jagiełło, who is our not only a teacher, but he's a coordinator of aviation program and pilot himself. You will meet him here too.
Thank you very much, and see you in October.
And our senior admission staff, Vlad, that is absolutely the first phase of admission team you are going to meet here.
Thank you very much for today, and hope you will do the right choice. See you.
Right. Thank you, guys. See you soon in Lazarski. See you in Poland. Bye-bye.